Hi, welcome to the CALA method of instruction. This was created and presented to you by Melissa, Kristen, Laura, and Shireen. Today, teachers have many different strategies that they can use to present information to students. This is to help the students understand the content and to be able to experience it and use it for years to come. Today, the strategy we're going to talk about is the CALA method. Back in the 1980s, researchers became interested in and began examining learning strategies to use by students who were acquiring English as their second language. Researchers found that the CALA lessons were one of the best to use. It includes content, language, and learning strategy objectives. It is research-based for teaching language learners. It provides the CLD student with grade-level, appropriate cognitive and academic instruction. It promotes second language development in reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And it's instruction that focuses on explicit instruction in using learning strategies. The CALA method focuses on explicitly teaching language learners to understand and apply metacognitive strategies, cognitive strategies, social and affective strategies. Foundational beliefs of the CALA method. The students can learn when they are mentally and active and strategic in their learning. Students can learn the strategies that we teach them, and from there the students will use these strategies. Our hopes is that the students will apply these learning strategies to new tasks. How will you implement the CALA strategy? One important thing is to allow time for students to use reference materials in the classroom. Also, provide students with an outline to take notes. This will help organize their thinking. Read aloud information that is to be learned. Rephrase words to help the CLD student understand the content. Use illustrations to teach concepts. Activate their prior knowledge and set a purpose for their learning. Provide graphic organizers to organize the thought process. Encourage the students to brainstorm. And finally, use mnemonics to learn new concepts. One example of this would be using rhyming activities when practicing reading. There's 5 phases to the CALA method. The first phase is the preparation phase. This phase emphasizes the student's prior knowledge. Students can only understand and remember new concepts as they apply to their prior knowledge. Students are not always able to form connections on their own. Therefore, teachers must learn new strategies to aid in this process. When the preparation phase is in practice, make sure you emphasize the concepts, the languages, and thought processes that will allow the students to obtain the lessons. Teachers should include content objectives, language objectives, learning strategy objectives. Many times these learning strategies will be interactive activities. Make sure to include hands-on and visual activities that focus on reflection of prior knowledge to build connections. Take the student's background knowledge or their inexperience to shape the lesson to the appropriate level for them. Make sure to note, if a teacher cannot aid the student in forming connections, then the new information will not be retained and it will not be effective. The next phase is the presentation phase. The teacher presents information supporting what they saw with visual or hands-on materials. The teacher frequently checks in for understanding, and the teacher should consistently show connections between what the students already know to what they are learning. This is that background knowledge we spoke of. One idea within the presentation phase to put it into practice is when you teach fractions, use food. That's a great idea. The students can relate to it. It's part of their background knowledge. And as one slice is removed, talk about what fraction is left or what fraction has been eaten. The third phase is the practice phase. It is student-centered. The students can collaborate in hands-on activities to practice applying their new concepts. Each activity is designed to provide students with the practice they need to attain content, language, and learning strategy objectives. Make sure to use scaffolding. Build up to the main idea. Begin where the student is and build from there. An effective CALA teacher will work with collaborative groups. Give additional modeling when needed. Use questioning for deeper understandings. And make sure to clarify misunderstandings. You can find the misunderstandings when you are doing your check-in throughout the lesson. Stop if there is a misunderstanding. Practice, model, and then you may continue. The fourth phase is the evaluation phase. The students are given an opportunity to reflect on their own learning. This will help to develop higher order thinking. Discuss the essentials of high-quality assignment. Practice evaluating their work together. Give examples of the exemplary work. Even allow the students to create the rubrics. Finally, it's the expansion phase. The students integrate their new knowledge they are gaining with their existing knowledge base, so the new knowledge and their prior knowledge are connected. These students will take possession of their new knowledge. They'll connect how their knowledge can be used in their lives or in the world. Choose an activity that will allow them to apply their new knowledge. When putting that CALA method into practice, make sure to align the strategies with content and language objectives. The content objective is what they are learning. The language objective is how they are going to show or how they will prove what they have learned. It is best to always use interactive strategies during this time. Teach one or two related strategies at a time. This two would be the maximum, as if you include more strategies, it will confuse and fog the learning. In this picture, the students are learning to count to 10, as well as add two numbers together to create 10. They're using their 10 frames with manipulatives. At the same time, you'll see the one girl is writing the addition problems on the board. Teach strategies using manageable tasks. Small group, skill-based instruction is one of the highly touted methods in today's learning environment. Keep your group manageable. Make sure that they are leveled correctly so you can manage the small group and give them the attention that they need. Make sure to select research-supported strategies. These strategies have been tried and true. The students will learn from them, and they'll be able to learn those strategies years on end, and it will help them connect. Focus on strategies that the students can use in different subjects. A strategy that is taught in language arts can very easily be changed to math or science or social studies. For more information about the CALA method, you can look in your textbook for this class, Mastering ESL/EFL Methods, Differentiated Instruction for Culturally and Linguistically Diverse Students, in Chapter 9, pages 314 to 351. We thank you for your time today and hope you enjoyed learning about the CALA method. Please put it in practice in your classrooms so your language learners will learn and become successful people.